Hey everybody, welcome back to the Before I Forget podcast. As always, I am joined by Cage as per usual. Say hi, Cage.
Hi, Cage.
Fuck you. But we also have two new guests. We have two new guests on the show. We have Outlaw Cat, better known as Cat. Say hi.
Brilliant.
Fucking fantastic.
No, Kate, Discord, just as I said that, was just like, hey, push Dark Mage permission.
Wow.
And you've been
worst time
talking
ever.
this entire... And the other person we have on the podcast is OJ is the man, better known as OJ. Say hi.
Hi, it's Drunk OJ. It's not
OJ.
Drunk OJ, it's just OJ.
OJ is, if you can tell by his accent, he's across the pond.
It's a big pond.
It is a very big pond, and he enjoys a drink every now and then. Is that right?
What? Every now and then. When have I not got a drink in my hand?
OJ was talking to me this morning. It was like 6 a.m. there, and he was already drinking.
Yep.
And Kat's got her mic held down because she clicked on TeamSpeak or something when she was hitting the push to talk button, and she hasn't yet pushed it again to unfucking stick the mic.
This is
go.
fantastic. I can already tell this is going to be number one on the charts, most popular
gonna
episode
be
we're
the
ever
best.
going to have.
It's going to be the best podcast ever.
This is our 2 hours plus special Halloween edition.
Going up on the 29th, of course,
The 29th, yeah.
because we got to keep up with that YouTube schedule.
Okay. I didn't know there was a schedule. I've just been watching the...
Every
uploads whenever
Sunday
they pop
and
up.
Thursday.
Day and Sunday.
I still need to watch today's.
Oh, Cat's gone. All right, there she
But
is
she's
again.
back.
All right,
Cat was trying to fix her shit.
let's get right into this. Cat, you good?
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into this. We've got a lot more
Let's
opinions now,
get
and I knew
right.
this wouldn't be exciting with Cage because he lives in the middle of nowhere. Decorations for any
Sorta
kind of
thick shit is that.
what? I'm
Okay, so we talking about holiday
I'm
decorations.
talking
now?
about holiday decorations.
Okay,
It's
so-
Halloween's coming up.
I'm...
There are two houses within like a half-hour radius that go fucking ham for decorations. Like they get the giant inflatable shit, lights everywhere. They fucking oh my god, dude.
The people with
fucking-
more money than sense.
Dude, fuck the inflatable shit.
It's
pops.
like 4 people drive by your house a year. What are you doing with all this fucking shit out there?
My big question is, for someone who's in the middle of nowhere, do they do it just because they like to do it? And not so much because of the show factor? Because if it were up to me, you know, I've got an apartment, I can't really decorate it too much, but I decorate the porch and the inside just because I like the look of it. So that's why I'm asking.
They can't like the look of that shit.
Well,
There
if
are
I jump in,
Yeah, go ahead, OJ.
well, being a person of religion, I don't do decorations of any kind. So, yeah, that's my thing. But I walk past millions of them the second I leave my house because I live in, like, a main street with, like, loads of shops up and down the place, and they're all currently decorated for Halloween and all the rest of it.
Yeah, what
And you'll
about
have
you?
to excuse my squeaky chair. It's
But
really
those
bad.
are the houses that you know are friendly to having trick-or-treaters. If you decorate, you're guaranteed to get treats from that house. If they're not decorated, you don't know if they're taking part, and they might just, like, get a gun out.
So if you
Yeah.
want to say fuck
Well, no,
off to all
you
the
turn your
kids,
porch light on if your fucking beggar's nighting it up.
is simple. I've never heard. Just a porch light?
It's so much easier living
Yeah.
in an apartment. You don't have to deal with any of that
If the
crap.
lights are off, you don't ask for candy. If the fucking porch light's on, fucking feel free to go up.
Free for all.
You know,
I was almost kidnapped by an elderly lady when I went trick-or-treating as
Really?
Well, that's
a
why you don't go
20-year-old.
trick-or-treating at 20
What?
years old, kid.
Cat, tell us the story. An elderly lady?
Yeah.
How old? You said you were 20.
So, yeah,
I've put in the
So-
flashback sounds.
we were all living together in this one place where I don't currently reside, But we were like, hey, let's go trick or treating. So we did, and my one friend dressed up as like a hot female devil, but he's a guy. But that's beside the point. So we get to this elderly lady's home, and we're like, trick or treat. She's like, you kids are so friendly and everything. She's like, do you want to come in and visit? Meanwhile, my friends have already gotten the candy from her, and they're leaving. And she's like dragging me inside the house.
Hold up. You're 20 and you're going trick-or-treating for candy. They don't give you nothing else.
What, are they gonna fucking give
man.
her a blowy right in the middle of the street, OJ?
No! When I was a kid, if you were like too old for sweets and stuff like that, they'd give you money or something, you know?
You're not too old for sweets.
I'm 32, man.
Dude, I have a bag of Kit Kat. Bitch, bitch, what is this? It's a bag of Kit Kats.
I wasn't allowed to go trick or treating after age 13.
You weren't allowed.
Allowed. I weren't allowed.
Cat.
I remember having a Halloween mask that scared the ever-living bejesus out of one of my friend's cousins. She was like 10 years old, and this mask was like... It wasn't even that good a mask, to be honest. It was just like one of them fake molded ones with like a wig over the top, so it covered like
That's what I
head.
have. I have a plastic skull with the fucking elastic band in the back and like pom-pom wig hair.
So this kid knew that it was a mask, but as soon as I put the mask on, she would shy away and start like almost crying behind her parent, you know. It was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like, the mask isn't that scary, okay? And the fact is, I can take it off and you can see it's a mask.
As a child, you don't understand that, though. It's a magic trick. The
And
most horrible magic trick where
she
somebody...
was at least 10 years
Cat,
old.
you are
in front of
the
you.
only child that doesn't understand these things.
I am not.
I was mean when I was a kid with Halloween, though. What was it? It was me, the same friend. We went out trick-or-treating, and if people didn't answer the doors and stuff...
You shat on their porch?
No, we threw firecrackers at the house. That was before they got banned.
You ever wrap someone to a tree with saran wrap?
No.
I did that to my cousin because he asked me to.
We completely covered a guy's car in foil once. We actually we broke the little side window as well, so we could get into his car, and we wrapped like the whole inside as well. we all chipped in and paid for his window to be repaired, like. But it was just the funniest thing you ever saw when he went out to his car, and he was like, "Oh my god, he's even done it on the inside." There wasn't a spare inch uncovered in foil.
So you broke his window for a prank.
But
Oh,
they
it wasn't
paid
me.
for it.
There was like 4 of us doing it, and we paid for it. So yeah, and it was only about $25.
It's just a prank, bro. Fucking, he's got the gun out with the fucking bird shot.
That wasn't the only time I almost got kidnapped by an elderly person either.
Oh,
Cat, you can't just say something like that and leave it. You gotta tell the story now.
Well, here's...
I'm guessing it's
So-
not just Halloween.
Do you
No,
go in the
so-
hood and like try to get kidnapped?
This was at work. Like, this guy was asking about furniture, and he's like, oh, you guys don't come over and, like, construct it for us, do you? We're like, no, we don't offer that service. Sorry. He's like, well, I make good food.
Can you come over and do it for me?
And you were
maybe-
I'm like, I don't care if you
yeah.
have make food.
Cat, maybe if you didn't look like a child, all these pedos wouldn't be trying to take you.
It's all that non-makeup I didn't, never
Wow.
wore as a girl, so it just didn't suck the life out of my skin. Keeps
that-
me
Yeah.
youthful.
I didn't wear makeup either when I was a kid. We
My
got some
wife
in
doesn't
common.
wear much makeup at all, and she looks really young. I mean, like, people sometimes think that she's like 18, 19, 20, early 20s.
And how old do
And
people think
she's-
you look?
People look at me and they go, yeah, he's...
Yeah, fucking at least
No.
70.
I guess screw
Man,
you.
he's fucking- that guy,
I
that's
look
the
at
guy
least
that
30,
drinks
you know
like
what I mean?
3 times a fucking morning.
3 times as much as everybody else does in their entire lives. Every day.
My cat heard me talking, so he decided to take a shit.
Okay, that's a weird trigger.
So, was the question, are you for decorations or no? Or was it
Do you put them up?
You
Do you
like a
do you
little
enjoy
of 'em.
putting them up?
Oh.
Do you
I
partake?
don't put them up.
Well, my birthday is December 14th, and when I was a kid, before I got into my religion and stuff like that, we always used to actually make it like a tradition to put the things up on my birthday, because it wasn't, what was it? The tradition is you do it like 11 days before Christmas, or something like that, or 12 days before Christmas, because of the song, the 12 Days of Christmas, yeah?
Yeah.
But we would do it like 11 days before Christmas, because that was my birthday. And there was one year when I was a kid, I was in hospital up until I'm not sure, but I think I spent my birthday in hospital, and I came out like a couple of days later, and then we put the tree up and put the Christmas decorations up and stuff like that.
Did you have your stomach pumped from drinking too much alcohol?
I was about 10 at the time, so no.
So yes.
No, I was sorry if there's a little graphic. I was having some bowel issues.
So you did get your stomach pumped.
Yeah, from the other end. Okay.
Did you guys
But no.
hear about that guy that was constipated for 15 years and they had to remove his bowel?
Oh yeah. I
No,
saw
I
15
never heard
years seems like too long. 15 years seems like you're dead and you shouldn't even bother.
Yeah, that would be like distended stomach, because your
He
had a
entire
distended
intestinal
stomach.
tract.
A month
Wow,
is
his
like
entire
pull that
digestive
shit
tract
out.
must have been full of it, you know. Why didn't he take something for it?
He did. All the medication failed, so they're like, well, I guess we'll just have to remove it.
Sod it. Take him to hospital and put a plunger on his backside.
They fucking did medication for 15 years and they're just like, well, this isn't working. Let's keep going for another 10 years. And then after that doesn't work, well, maybe we'll fucking do our jobs and just
That's
take it
scary. That's
I'm
scary.
sure
having
I can Google it
constipation for
later,
more than
but,
like 2
yeah.
weeks. It's like, I saw this was a time not long after I got out of hospital. Actually, my mum was showing me, like, worst case scenarios for what I was going through, and there was this little girl on TV, and it was a children's hospital thing, and basically, my problem was basically I wasn't going to the bathroom. Not going to get into why, but basically I wasn't going. And there was a little girl on TV that also wasn't going to the bathroom. But the thing is she hadn't gone for a very long time, not because of constipation or anything, completely different issue. But she was like literally full from the bowel to the stomach of poop, essentially. It had compacted in her intestines and everything, and she didn't get like her intestines or anything removed or anything like that, but it was like, you're going on a solid enema diet for about a week to get all this out,
So being conservative, 15 years of not shitting is like 2 literal tons of shit.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in your lifetime, you eat, what is it? You eat the weight of something like 8 African elephants. So if you can tell me the weight of 8 African elephants and then divide that over a period of, call it 90 years to be on the good side,
90, man, no one lives
90's
to
a little
90.
What do you mean nobody lives to 90? Over here, people live to 100 regularly.
Just
No one
die
cool
at
lives
that
to
point.
90.
You see, we live in America and we have a thing called like diabetes for every third person you look at, and cancer.
You're supposed to say it the correct way of
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Morbid obesity.
Morbid
Yeah.
obesity.
You'd be lucky if you go to like mid 80s here. Lucky. What's it? It's
Well,
like 75 for
I'm
males.
just tapping out at like 60.
Nobody's going to live past 115 anymore. We all know this.
Dude, Cage is gonna break his neck because the way he fucking sleeps.
Probably.
Just take me out to the wilds with a note on my chest that said, so and so wanted to die this way. It isn't murder.
That's not how that
Just
works.
take me out hunting with Dick Cheney, and then I'm sure we can fucking have a.
I want
have
to
a time.
die just in the woods and
I've had
animals
a-
can eat me.
I've had a reoccurring nightmare that I die in a car crash, so I figured that's how I'm going to die. And I don't know how old I am. I'm just know I'm
Ooh.
going to die in a car accident.
Back to dreams again, I see.
Oh shit! Do I have
No.
a zinger
No.
for you
No.
guys? So last night
Here
I'm
we go.
having this dream, and in this dream, for some reason, I had to write this fucking 10-page paper. Don't know what it was
His
for,
foot twitched and he kicked the wall.
But I had to write this 10-page paper. So I write this paper. I'm like sitting with my back to the wall of like a fucking gas station or some shit. And there's suddenly this tornado fucking coming through the back of the gas station. And I'm like, shit, this is going to blow my papers away. So I'm like,
That's all you're concerned about,
That's
yeah, the
first
papers.
thing you think about.
My papers! No!
So I'm like trying to hold on to this paper, which is like 100% of my grade or some shit, and it's not working. I can't hold on to it. It's like made of soap and fucking hydrophobic surface, and it's just not. I can't get a hold of it. So
You're
that
scared
shit
of failing your
fucking
school.
goes away. Man, I've already failed my school, so that shit
see.
just fucking flies away. And then I'm sitting there. I'm also like on the phone with Carol at the same time. I'm like, Carol, you won't believe what shit just happened to me. And then I'm in my room.
She starts singing Amazing Grace on the phone.
I don't know if she was answering me. I think I was just talking as though she were there, and she might not have even been there.
Hell, if she was
So
here, she'd
I'm-
be singing Amazing Grace.
So I'm in my room, and then I'm like being hunted by something or someone, persons unknown.
Hang on, in the middle of a tornado or a hurricane while trying to hold on to your papers.
In your room.
No,
No,
that
he's in his
shit's
room.
done. That shit's
Okay.
over. I'm in
Okay.
my room
Teleported.
now.
Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
clarifying for the listeners.
There's no transition. It just happened.
Okay.
So I'm in my room, being hunted by fucking whatever, and I realize this despite the fact that there is no source that has told me this. And so I walk from my room into my mom's room, pop a squat, and I'm like, just sitting there.
Okay.
And then for some reason I have like soap in my hand, and if I kick a bit of the soap, it will fly in the direction of whatever is hunting me and injure it somehow
Hang on. What do you mean kick a bit of the soap? You either have a bar of soap in your hand. How do you kick a bit of it?
by biting it off and spitting it on me,
Okay.
which is what I did.
You have some weird dreams, dude.
But
Dude,
fucking, you
I
say
have-
this like it is the first time. Anyway, fucking, I have to kick that shit because whatever is hunting me is invisible, and it fucking goes to it. And so I'm like kicking it, and I'm shutting the door, but for some reason the door didn't shut, and it's open. And then the next time I kick the soap, it goes behind me, and so I like spin around, and fucking there's fucking firefighter Tristana with a fucking shotgun.
Now we're
Fucking-
going into the really delirious stuff where it becomes League.
Fucking pointed at me. So I'm like trying to just hit Tristana with the soap because it's her weakness. And I'm like holding the tip of the gun away from me.
So you don't shoot yourself, yeah?
And then Tristana's just gone, like she wasn't there in the first place. I've got the gun in my hand because apparently I managed to nick that off of her before she disappeared into never existed land.
And you
And
look
so-
down and you've shot your dick off.
No. So I go downstairs, and my dog's down there, and my little brother's down there, and then it turns out my little brother is a vampire working with the vampire mafia, and there's a
Vampire
hit out on
mafia?
me. Huh?
He
Was
bites your
that
dog.
No, he doesn't bite my dog.
The Vampire Mafia.
He's working for the vampire mafia, and there's a hit out on me. And
So
so
want
he
you
aims
bled
at
for the NHS?
something. I talk him down out of it, but then I tell him, he's got to fucking. They know where he lives, so he's got to fucking take off and go somewhere and change his name and all this shit. So he's like, "Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea." So he fucking
Hey.
leaves.
It's probably a good thing that he was in the Vampire Mafia. At least he wasn't masturbating for a change.
So he leaves, and then I'm like on the phone with Caro, fucking still, or maybe a new one. I don't know. Fucking, I'm like packing up to also fucking haul ass to get away from the vampire mafia. And then my little brother drives in this new fucking green as fuck, like supercar GTA type shit. But like it's got 2 front wheels and 1 back wheel. And I don't know what
That's a
why the
trike.
fuck. But it's not like 1 wheel in the front, 2 in the back. It's
No.
inverted trike.
Those cars actually exist as well, though.
Yeah, I've seen them.
That
around
they're
here.
fucking stupid.
They
So,
are.
You hit a bump in them, you're taking off.
Yeah. He fucking like drives up the wall and into the wall on like the 2nd floor. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? Now they know what fucking car you have, you fucking idiot. And he's like, oh shit, you're right. And then he leaves. Like, fucking what's the point?
And then you woke up.
So no, not quite yet.
Oh, okay.
So I've got my shit. I've got my shotgun that I stole from Tristana. I don't have any papers, but I see a car outside, and I'm like, that's the car that I'm gonna use to get away. But instead of doing that, I remain like in my kitchen and remotely control this car to drive off to fucking give him a false trail. And instead, I just crash it into some vampires. And while this is happening, I have some garlic breadsticks cooking in the microwave
Nice.
It all ties in.
because
Yeah.
vampires are allergic to garlic.
You're not allergic
Oh.
And so some random people come into my house and I'm like, oh, hey, you guys want some breadsticks? I got some breadsticks here. They're like, oh, yeah, sure, of course. And so I give them the breadsticks and they're fucked. And then
to it. As in what happens? What
they fucking
does it
explode.
kill them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like
It's
that
like
silver nitrate in flipping. Oh, what was
Yeah.
it? Blade
Silver
2 or something. crap.
nitrate.
Yeah, they put it in the bullets.
It's like the fucking blood testing scene from It. Like, hey guys, we're gonna
Yeah.
test your blood now.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the new It? Because I
Oh,
haven't
sorry,
seen that
the
yet.
thing. My bad, the thing.
Oh, the
That's
thing.
a
I haven't
totally
seen that.
different thing, Kat.
Shut
I was
up!
gonna say, there's 2 It's, and I couldn't tell which one it was, and then it turns out to be a completely different movie altogether. Anyway, speaking of movies, anybody seen a good one recently? I'm looking to watch something.
Man.
I watched Ace Ventura again the other day.
Well, the most recent movie I watched was Hercules with The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson,
was all
I should
right.
say.
I went
It was
and saw
pretty
that
good.
in the theater.
It's better than The Labors of Hercules, which everybody's familiar with, you know.
What's that one?
Well, the 12 Labors of Hercules is like
Yeah,
why
but,
he's
like,
famous, yeah.
But what movie was that? Who
I
was
don't
in it?
know. It's like every generation there's a Hercules movie, so you'd have to go back like 15 years to find out. I don't know. But
Kevin
yeah.
Sorbo Hercules was pretty good.
I'm so
I-
glad that it wasn't the 12 Labors of Hercules. It was a completely different spin on it, you know?
I had a dream that I met Fabio.
Fabio?
Well, how'd that go down, Kat?
Hang on. There are about 1 million Fabios that I've heard of. You have to clarify this.
What? No, the Fabio.
The Fabio.
Fucking hair.
Who is the Fabio?
You ever heard of Fabio?
No.
Hang on, I'll prepare to edit out a Discord beat.
Because he's got a link to show me. Yeah.
I ain't gonna fucking edit 2 hours and 87
Fabio
billion minutes.
Lanzoni.
No, Fabio. He's got the luscious hair. He's not known for much else.
He's
doesn't
on a bunch
mean
of
anything to
romance
me.
novels covers.
Let me see this.
Man,
15 hours with Fabio. That's flipping Michael Bolton.
That's Fabio.
Michael
It's
Jackson.
Michael Bolton.
Michael, oh, I thought you said Michael Jackson. I was like, what the
No.
fuck are you talking
No.
about?
No, it looks like Michael Bolton a hell of a lot, actually. It's
I don't
quite
even know
scary.
who that is.
Michael Bolton's a singer. When a man loves a woman. Yeah, he sang that.
No, I
No,
got
sang a
this
lot.
question
He did Captain Jack Sparrow. Michael
Huh?
Bolton.
Did he?
Yeah. They fucking literally name drop him.
Hang on, I gotta get a picture of him now because this is freaking me out.
going back to movies. Yeah, that fucker right there. I ain't gonna fucking edit this podcast. But speaking of movies, right? I saw Happy Death Day. Don't watch it. It was shit.
I already
Never
know
heard of
who
that.
did it.
Sorry, it's a long link. It's just, yeah. But that's Michael Bolton. He looks so close to Fabio, it's unreal. It's just he's probably a lot older now.
Oh. That guy looks like shit.
Well, yeah, he's probably about 60 now.
Look at his jawline. Or his cheekbones.
It's an old Fabio, come on.
Dude looks like a skeleton.
No, but I was in line for something, and all these other ladies were in line for something, and I'm leaving, and Fabio is getting there. I'm like, oh, hey, Fabio. And he's like, what's up? And I leave, and all these ladies are looking pissed as hell that I know Fabio.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay, I've actually
Man,
found
Cat,
a picture.
not
Wow.
to criticize you, but your dreams lack a severe everything.
No, you
Like
want to
a
know
severe
the dream I had last night?
I don't remember my immediate dreams so much. I mean, the last
No.
dream I remember was quite dirty, so I can't talk about it here.
Okay, the dream I had last
No.
night, I was on a cruise, and
You jumped off.
so no, going through this cruise, I meet up with an ex. Something weird goes on there. Then the cruise people are trying to like be shady shitholes, and they're like, "Hey, you guys have to stay at this Motel 6." And we're like, "No, we're on a cruise. We don't stay at
Oh my
Motel
gosh.
fucking 6s." Then we go to Las Vegas, and they're like, "Oh, you're staying at the Motel 6 again?" And we're like, "Fuck no, we're not staying at the Motel 6."
Hotel
I'm
motel.
assuming a Motel 6 is like a poopy hotel.
It's a shitty, like, motel chain that's not very well kept. You just rent the room for the night, it's super cheap, and then you're gone by the next day.
And
Never
when you're on a
clean.
cruise with 5,000 people ain't gonna fit in a Motel 6.
I have a
I
fucking...
mean, you could probably cram that many people in a Motel 6.
Yeah,
People
it's
will
called
touch you.
Caesars.
Dude, at the old city I used to live into, at the old city I used to live in as a kid,
Too.
there was a big Motel 6 right on the corner of like a really busy intersection, right? And there were always cars outside of there, but it was the most run down, terrible place I've ever seen. So one night, after being told that that is the prostitution and drug trading central of the city, I say,
I'm there.
I'm gonna go check this place out to just see what's going
Did
on.
you get shot?
I thought I was going to. They have a pool there, right? And it's always like covered over. I looked inside that, the pool is just empty. Probably hasn't seen water in around 3 years or so. So I'm
But
walking
there's a
around.
cover on it.
Hmm?
But there's a cover on it.
Yeah, there's a cover on it just because, they don't want it to fill with leaves and whatnot. So
Oh, right. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
stretching across the top. It's not one of those covers that
Yeah.
sits on the water. Then. Right, I see.
yeah, so it's stretched over the top, super dingy in there, and I'm walking around the place. It's like 2 a.m. I'm supposed to be asleep. It was in the summertime, so it's relatively nice out at night.
How old are you when you do this?
I was 16.
You got $20 in your pocket, and you're like, I'm here to see Francine.
I'm here to buy some drugs. So I'm
Where was I?
sitting there, like trying to look around. I'm with 2 other people, and we're sneaking around. We're trying to see if we can see anything. All the windows are down, and then eventually this door opens, and it like swings super fast open, slams on the wall, and we like book it into a bush. And we look at this door, and this like blue smoke slowly like comes out of the thing, and these 4 guys walk out, and they're like, you can tell they're super high, We're hiding in the bush. And little do we know, their car is the one that's like right next to the bush we're in, right? It sounds like
need to
straight out
clap.
of an action movie. And it was. And this is why I remember this story so well. But these dudes are walking over to the car and they're gonna get something. I have no idea what it was. But my friend is fucking stupid piece of shit. I hate him now because of this one night. He sneezes super loud in the bush when the dudes are next to the car. We book it, and we didn't get to see what was gonna happen. I think it was a shady drug deal going on. We were about to get the
You see-
fucking plates of that car,
This is
prove our point.
this is getting so elaborate. I don't know if it's real or a
Fucking-
dream anymore.
No, it was true, and we got fucked over because our one kid in the group decided to
Sneezed.
sneeze because he's allergic to fucking marijuana or something.
He was
No,
Cypher
hey.
from The Matrix.
That's the only recorded death of marijuana. You know that? Like the only recorded death, like directly relating to marijuana, is because somebody was allergic to it.
Somebody was allergic to it. Wow.
Yeah. It's the first time anybody has ever been known to have been allergic to it and stuff like that. And they tried a joint and it killed them. Like within about an hour, it killed them.
But we went over to KFC afterwards. That was pretty nice. We got
Did you get a
ourselves
famous
a.
bowl?
Hmm?
You get a famous bowl?
We didn't get a famous. We got one of those boxes. It had the potato wedges in it, the biscuit, and then a couple of the chicken legs or whatever.
Speaking of KFC, there is one like about 150 yards down the road from me, and they've got like a new deal on. I don't know if it's not for Halloween, but it's like this weird deal thing. And I
Wait.
thought I'll give it a go.
You have KFC across the pond.
Of course we do.
Kentucky
Hey,
Fried
yes, yes. The only thing we don't have here is Taco Bell, and it destroys me because
Chicken.
I want to try that crap.
Oh, that's an L. I love Taco
You guys
Bell.
have Taco John's?
No,
Taco Juan's.
we have Papa John's though. I found out the other day.
Papa John's a shit.
Yeah,
Better
but it's
ingredients,
something
better
American
pizza.
that's here. You know, it's better than McDonald's. But
Oh,
still,
man.
yeah. We have KFC here. There is like literally one down the road from us, and they've got like
Anything's
this
gonna
offer
be
on.
McDonald's though.
Anyway, it's like imagine you make a sandwich, right, with like the cheese and the special sauce and all the rest of it, but instead of bread, they're giving you two big pieces of chicken.
Oh, they discontinued that over here. That was Umade's favorite when he
It
went
just
to
started
KFC.
over here. I bought one the other day, and it was like, damn, this is too much chicken. I'm burning my fingers trying to eat this thing. You know what I mean?
Isn't
But
it
it was nice.
Isn't it called the Slamwich?
No, it's something else over here. Everything over here is different. You know that. Hell, even movie names change when you come here. I mean, what's the film with The Rock and Sean Williams Scott over there? Yeah. Over here, it's called Welcome to the Jungle.
I don't fucking know.
What?
We got fun and games.
Over here, right, there's a
Yeah,
film featuring
That's a film.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Sean William Scott, otherwise known as Stifler from the American Pie movies, because that's the only other thing that everybody seems to know him from. And Sean William Scott is like in the jungle. He's trying to get this like weird little artifact. He's being an Indiana Jones basically, but a teenage version almost. And The Rock has been hired by his
So he's
dad
being
to
a
go and
Shia
find him.
LaBeouf.
Yeah. And The Rock has been hired by this kid's dad to go find him and bring him home and all the rest of it. And he ends up joining the kid on his little expedition and then bringing him home and then doing stupid stuff to his dad. Anyway, over here it's called Welcome to the Jungle. Over there it's got a completely different name. Oh, I can't remember what it is for the life of me.
Fucking, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no clue.
It's a movie. You would know the movie if you heard your title. It's just over here. It's
No
not.
idea.
Hang on a minute.
It
I gotta
is-
Google this crap now.
Jumanji is coming out.
I can't wait to see that. That sounds like it's
Jumanji
going to
2.
be amazing.
Yeah. Jumanji 2.
I'm gonna not watch it like I did with Ghostbusters.
Dude, fucking the new one?
Yeah.
Oh,
New
wait a minute.
Ghostbusters was a sack of shit, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm not watching that crap.
I avoided watching it.
I didn't like it. No, it's called Jumanji 2. Jumanji,
That-
Welcome to the Jungle.
I've just
Stop
linked.
it with your fucking long Google links. Learn how to link.
It's just a Google link. This is the film.
Sean William, what the fuck?
That's the kid's name, Sean William Scott.
I don't know. This is why we live in America. Because we get to
But
title
yeah,
our movies what
the-
we want to.
Yeah, the title of that movie is something different over there, and I can't remember for the life of me what it is. But over here, it's Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. When I Google it over here, is a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, that's on here too.
Do you guys have any interesting drug stories? Whether it be like
Oh.
prescribed from a doctor? OJ, this is why I asked it.
It's like tell me a drug story to me that isn't interesting. You know what I mean? So like, I'm sitting at a friend's house. We're all smoking pot as we did marijuana. You know, Mary Jane,
Devil's
the weed,
lettuce.
whatever.
That good.
Any of that. And we'd taken some ecstasy as well. Only like not a lot, just
It's
because we were like
called the
teenagers at the
rundown
time.
here, OJ.
The rundown? Oh right, yeah. That's it. Yeah, there's so many different names for things. Anyway, I'm looking at a mate of mine, and he's like flicking his lighter. He's not flicking it to the point where he's actually lighting it. He's flicking it so that the flint sparks, you know.
Okay. How old were
And
you?
he's got, I'd say 14, 15.
What the fuck?
So anyway, I am so stoned. I am like almost tripping. You know, I mean, it was like a really, really, really freaking high.
Like,
But
you're
it was
seeing
cool.
Morgan
It was like-
Freeman talking to you from
No.
space.
No, I was looking at the ceiling, and the Artex pattern in the ceiling was waving at me. You know what I mean? That's how cool it was. But yeah. Anyway, so he's flicking his lighter, and he's got a cat on his knee, right? All of a sudden, in my eyes, right, he flicks his lighter, and this cat just explodes into a ball of flames and then shoots out the room. It comes back in like 5 seconds later, and it's completely fine. It's like that thing was on fire when it left this room. You know what I mean? And it comes back in, and it's just like totally cool. Nothing wrong with it. Not a singed hair in sight. But yeah, that's how crazy I was tripping. I have tried many, many, many drugs. It's probably quicker to list the 2 or 3 or 4 maybe that I haven't. I haven't tried heroin because that's as addictive as anything else can possibly be. You get addicted on your very first try, and it's impossible to get off of. I've done coke, but I won't try crack cocaine because it's cocaine that's been mixed with sodium something or other.
Sodium
And
chloride.
it's what it is. It's done so that the powder is solidified, so you can smoke it in a crack pipe, and that is really, really harmful. What else haven't I done? I haven't
Welcome
done
to Drugs 101 with OJ.
speed,
OJ, have you ever considered being a teacher?
Sorry.
Have you ever considered being a teacher on just
No.
drugs?
Well, I could be the. I'm trying to think of what kind of teacher would teach about drugs. Come on.
Yeah, you have like
Health
samples
teacher?
in class.
The cool kind of teacher. Yeah. No. Teach the kids. You do not do this.
As
Do
you
it-
do
do
some
as
of
I
them
say,
for
not
an
as I
example.
Do it at home. Don't do it here. No, I actually got caught with weed in school once.
Fucking, why do you bring it to school?
I was getting it off a friend.
Yeah.
No, I was getting it off a friend in school to smoke.
That's why
at
you
home.
meet at the Motel 6, you fuck.
We,
And then you dodge
didn't
and
know.
sneeze, you characters.
I didn't know where this kid lived. We were about 20 miles away from each other, if anything. Well, 20 miles is like the entire island that I lived on, but never mind. He lived a long way away from me. And when I was a kid, I lived in this like farm in the middle of nowhere. Basically, where I lived is like where Cage lives now. Yeah, in the middle of freaking nowhere, with your nearest neighbor is like 100 yards up the road, and all the rest of it. But his neighbors are even further away. Anyway, so yeah, I was buying this weed at school from this mate of mine, and we got collared we got caught, but we didn't get caught with the weed on us. We kept on passing it around. There was about 4 or 5 of us that were in on this little deal, yeah, and we kept on passing it around from person to person to person. And every now and then, one of us would get called up and sent to the headmaster's office. And we'd be pretending like we don't know why and all the rest of it. But when I got sent to, it was the deputy headmaster's office, and he's an ex-cop, right? So, yeah, you can see where this is going. So he's like, right, he basically stripped me down to my underwear to search me.
I
Now,
don't think that's
looking
legal.
back, looking back on it, it is not legal. I could have had that guy by his gonads.
And
putting
then
it
you could have
nicely.
sued him for all the money in the world,
yeah,
and then you could
exactly.
have buyed weed from anyone you wanted to.
Exactly. But the thing is, we were never caught because we kept on passing it around between like 5 or 6 of us, yeah. And then at the end of the day, it got handed back to me about 5 seconds before I got on the bus, and that was it. Home free. And then there was a time I got caught with weed in school, and I got suspended.
And then when you got home, the cops were there.
Nope. No, what was it? There was one time I got suspended twice in like 3 weeks. I got suspended on a Friday, I believe, because no, that was it. I got caught smoking in school, not weed, just a regular cigarette. And then for like the next week after that, I was in detention for a week. The Monday when I was due to start detention, I thought, screw detention. I went into town and I bought cigarettes with the intention of smoking them on my break, etc. And then somebody had grassed us up, basically. And we had our cigarettes taken off us and we got suspended for the rest of the week, so from Tuesday to Friday. So So I'm in school then, and a week goes by, and it gets to like Friday again. And I'm being an idiot, and I get caught with weed on me, and I get suspended for a further 2 weeks. I don't remember all the details of that time, except that I got caught with weed. I don't remember, like, trying to hide it with people or anything like that. I just remember I had it on me, and I got caught, and then I got suspended for another fortnight. And then I came back after that fortnight. I had about 2 weeks left in school, and then it was summer vacation.
What do you do on I've never been suspended.
When you're suspended, you do nothing. Basically, the
Just-
punishment is when you get back to school, you have to catch up with everybody else.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're not allowed people to bring your work home to you or anything like that. It doesn't get marked or anything like that. So you don't lose out. You just fall behind.
All my teachers put their stuff online, so I could just, look at the schedule
This
online.
was before the internet.
What fucking year is it?
The internet, it's just like when I was...
Like the
I'm
1800s.
32 now, so it's like 17... Screw you, Cage. This is like 17, 18 years ago, before the internet was mainstream.
Back when I was 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Back when I was around that age.
How old are you?
I'm not going to disclose that on the podcast.
Oh, come on, I did.
I'm 24.
Really?
23.
Yes.
You baby.
Cage is younger than me.
He's a baby too, but we knew that. We knew Cage was young.
Kat, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
How old are you, Kat? I know it's rude to ask a woman, but it's not rude to ask a woman over the internet, so yeah. Sorry.
I am 30 years young.
Oh, there we go. I'm still the
You
oldest
can't
fat
say
in here.
young if you're not like 60, Kat.
Kat,
Come on.
I've already right-clicked you. Give me a good reason not to kick you for saying years young.
Years young, years old, years ancient, years. I'm a freaking artifact. What am I on about?
I'm about 30 years from death.
Hey, I need
One
another
way or
drink.
the other.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm drinking right now, and I've nearly finished my first drink of the evening.
and by first drink, he means the bottle.
It's not my first drink today. It's my first drink of the evening. I was waiting for you to come online so we could start this podcast so I could be drunk, OJ. Just
Well,
for the
if
podcast.
Cage didn't fucking mute his headset, so I didn't
Hey,
have
we were
to
waiting.
call
Hang on a
him.
minute. We waited 30 seconds for Cage. Once you called him, he was there and he was here.
Bitch.
He didn't say anything while I was typing earlier, but never mind.
Well, okay, then.
At 17:40:07, I said, be back in about an hour or so. At 19:04:09, I wrote, and I'm back. Not that anybody noticed I was gone. Because there was no reply, there was no nothing. So yeah, nobody had a clue that I was gone. I think Cage was still asleep.
I had a clue. I was in TeamSpeak.
You didn't say nothing either.
I don't say anything when I'm in
What the hell was
TeamSpeak.
that?
So anyway, yeah, we've had the drug ramble. Next!
Next.
I've
I want to see Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. That looks good.
I got my wisdom teeth out. I don't know if I've told this before. I got my wisdom teeth out. They gave me
You
ketamine.
told this like
nothing.
3 times.
Dude, they gave you
Meth again,
ketamine. You
nothing.
lucky kid.
Before I forget, this is why we fucking called it that, because I can't remember anything either. But no, I don't do drugs. Cage
You don't
doesn't
get
do drugs.
ketamine over here.
Cage gets high on life and masturbating, so he doesn't do drugs either. Cat,
Do you know what we got over here as a drug for your teeth?
it's called toothpaste.
Laughing gas.
Yeah, I took that and it
Makes
didn't
sense.
do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just makes you laugh through the pain. And
No,
they think,
it
oh
just-
yeah, this is
I-
good.
It literally didn't do anything for me. I was sentient. I was conscious. I didn't feel any different. You're supposed
I
to
just
feel
have 'em
lighter
knock
and
me
like
the fuck
you just
out,
don't care.
bro.
What'd you
See,
say?
my teeth are
I just
nasty.
had him knock me out. I'm like, man, there's no way I'm staying awake for my wisdom teeth coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put me
It
the
gave me
fuck
like
under.
straight up horse tranquilizer and it didn't do anything.
Well, my wisdom teeth came through when I was in my early 20s. I still have a couple of them. I never got them pulled because they were never particularly painful. However, one of them rotted and that became painful, so I pulled it myself. I'm missing
What
about
the
3 or
fuck
4
is that
teeth.
squealing
Fuck
noise?
is what?
What squealing noise?
What the hell is that?
Like your fucking boiler is losing shit.
Me?
Or your
Yeah.
wife is
Can you-
yelling at the
hang on.
TV.
Can you still hear it now?
No,
No.
it's gone.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it was then. Anyway, I've got like 2 or 3 wisdom teeth. I'm missing 2 or 3 regular teeth, and they're because I pulled them myself. There's one of them that's gone because when one of my back top wisdom teeth came through, it smashed through another tooth on its way out.
Ew.
Yeah, I haven't been to a dentist in about 4 or 5 years now because the last time I went to a dentist, they screwed my teeth up so badly. It's like, you know what? I'll do better on my sodding own. Next time I go to the dentist, I'm going to the hospital. They're going to put me out. They're going to remove all my teeth and give me false ones. That's the only time I am having anything dental work done to me ever again.
You're gonna
Well.
get rid of all your teeth.
If I'm in that much pain, then yeah, I'll get rid of all my teeth and I'll have dentures. I don't give a damn. My teeth don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, my mom's had dentures since she was like 35 or something.
See, it's not that bad.
Do you people
See-
just not brush your teeth?
Yeah, we brush our teeth. It's just
She
we eat a
smoked
lot
a
of sugar.
lot and
Oh.
drank a lot of Pepsi.
I drink a lot of alcohol with Pepsi
Yeah,
in
you
it,
do.
so yeah.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
And I used to
I was
smoke
gonna
a
tell you
lot.
about my wisdom teeth.
Yeah, go ahead.
So they'd knocked me out for mine. But so they take me to the recovery room and my mom's there and I recover and whatever. And then we're leaving. She's like, okay, well, are you thirsty or hungry? I'm like, I'm not responding at this point with anything. So she's like, well, let's go get you a McFlurry from McDonald's. Here's what they tell you. You're not supposed to use straws. So I don't know why she was thinking that it was okay for me to use straws. So she gets me the shake. I'm just holding it, stoned out of my mind still. She's like, okay, I'm going to go to my sister's house. And I'm like, no, I want to go home and sleep. So she takes me over to my aunt's house so she can visit. And to this day, she still denies it. She's like, no, I never did that. I'm like, I remember being there.
And to this day, she still hasn't picked you up from your aunt's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said she was just going to the drugstore for some cigarettes,
Come back,
but
Dad.
she
I miss you.
hasn't come back.
Nah, the pain pills they gave me for my finger when I broke it, or rather the horse broke
Oh,
it,
yeah.
that just knocked me out. I just slept. You can't be in pain if you're sleeping.
I mean, you can.
I don't understand how people describe it as being stoned when you're on medication for dental
It's not.
work.
You just knocked
Dude,
out.
you're not there. You're stoned.
Hey, I have been stoned a lot in my life. Unless you're smoking weed, you are not really stoned.
Yeah, and you fucking saw the
I
ceiling
would
wave
know.
back at you.
I didn't wave at the
Man,
ceiling in the first place.
I've seen the ceiling wave at me, and I've never done drugs.
How wrecked were you? What the
I
hell
saw-
is your problem?
I saw Gene Simmons sing to me from a magazine one time when I was in the hospital.
That bitch never happened to me.
that
Your
that was
fever was
interesting.
really high
So-
that day.
When I was getting, this is a separate thing. When I was getting my tonsils up, when I was waking up from the whatever they put me under with, my head was spinning like fucking Exorcist times 4, you know,
General
fucking,
anesthetic.
real fast, and I like literally spinning, like my cheek would smack the bed, and then my face would like go rub. It would go under me, and then it would turn all the way back around and smack the bed again, and then I would scrape my nose along the bed,
That sounds like some
and then it would
weird
go
kind of
back
nightmare.
around and smack my cheek again. Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 times. It was like smacking.
You just made it sound to me like your entire head is rotating on your neck
Yeah.
over and over and over.
That's
again.
how it was.
It's starting to sound like you're Beetlejuice.
Maybe, I don't know.
To anybody in the audience that doesn't get that reference, Beetlejuice is a film from like the 80s
Dude,
or the
Beetlejuice
very,
is
very
good.
early 90s. Huh? Beetlejuice is amazing.
Beetlejuice is very good. Not one of my top movies, but it's still very good.
Yeah.
Fuck
Talk about Beetlejuice in this day and age. Half the kids around here are like, what's
You
Beetlejuice?
fucking did it. You've done it now. You said it 3 times.
He's going to send up at my door. Beetlejuice, 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 Beetlejuice,
Fucking
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice,
Batman's
Beetlejuice,
about to
Beetlejuice,
show up.
Beetlejuice. Batman's about to turn up. Cool.
I guess Vulture, because he did Vulture in fucking Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Who is the actor for Beetlejuice?
Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton.
It's him. Oh, no way. He was so young then. I didn't recognize him.
I didn't know.
He's also in Duplicity.
Oh, that's amazing. I've actually got that on DVD, but over here it's called Multiplicity.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of it over here. Sorry. At least you knew the name of it. I fucked it up.
It's the one where he clones himself and then he clones himself again, and then the clones get weirded out and make a clone of themselves, and they have a doofy clone, yeah?
Speaking of clones,
Oh, here we go.
Star
So-
Wars: Attack of the Clones.
no.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
So, when we are
always Star
technologically
Wars.
advanced enough that we can do clones,
We can clone.
I don't
Would
want a
you-
clone.
would you transfer your brain and being into a new, younger clone body of yourself? Or would you
No.
feel guilty because that clone hasn't had a life and it's just like in a vat living?
No, hang on a minute. You're talking about cloning a body as a hollow shell
Mhm.
rather than cloning an entire being.
Cloning our
me and
head
Cage-
is a hollow shell. The rest of the
No,
body
no.
has intestines
Yeah.
and shit.
I mean, me and Cage, we had a funny conversation that was kind of like this a while back. Do you
Kind
remember?
of, yeah.
You remember we were talking about if you took, I mean, all your dead cells, right? All your cells like regenerate once a month.
We were doing
they
the
say.
fucking the question with like, you know, you take a ship and you take a piece out and fucking replace it with a new one, and then you take all the old pieces eventually and make a whole ship. So it's like the ship 1 is now an entirely new ship, and all the old
It's
pieces
like-
of ship 1 are now ship 2.
Yeah.
Which ship is
Yeah.
the original ship?
There is a much easier way to explain it. Have you ever seen Only Fools and Horses? It's
No.
a TV show over here, okay?
No.
There's a guy in this program called Trigger, right? And there's an episode called Trigger's Broom. He was on TV for having the same broom for like 15 years, right? And then after he's been on TV and stuff, he tells his mates, yeah, it's still the same broom. I mean, I've changed the head 6 times and I've changed the handle 4 times, but it's still the same broom.
See, there are
Anyway.
2 parts to a broom: a head and a handle. So if you
Yeah.
change those out, it's not the fucking same broom.
Yeah, well, to him, because he was doing a cleaning job for 15 years, it's still the same broom, but then Trigger was thick. Anyway, we were talking about we were talking about how if you took all your dead cells and you formed a new person with them and then gave it life, would it work and would it have the same memories as you do and all the rest of it? And it's like, well, no, because your memory is your brain doesn't work as like a bunch of open doors. Your brain is like a series of electric signals. And say like
We talked about this.
you love Pepsi, for instance. Maybe you don't, but just say you do. But that'll be like two little synapses in your brain going off like 3 times to say, I love Pepsi, I love Pepsi, I love Pepsi. Every time you think of Pepsi, those 3 synapses will go off. I love Pepsi, I love Pepsi, I love Pepsi. You drink Pepsi, it'll reinforce it. You know what I mean? But your new
This podcast is
clone-
now sponsored by Pepsi.
Sorry, yeah.
Please sponsor us.
There are other fizzy drinks available. But yeah, what I'm saying is all your dead cells wouldn't have those synapses there because they're dead. You would have to reform those memories from scratch. So you'd have to get that dead, undead thing that you've I'm trying to think of the word now. You know, you've brought it back to life essentially, but you'd have to sort of like reprogram the memories back into it by having it do the same things that you did.
Why are
So-
you guys making Frankenstein?
We're not making Frankenstein.
Why
This is just a
aren't you
theory.
making Frankenstein, Kit?
Yeah,
It's
making-
Halloween, Cat.
Hang on. Frankenstein is the doctor. Nobody makes Frankenstein. People make Frankenstein's creation.
Frankenstein's parents made Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Your point is completely invalid.
Sorry, why are you making Frankenstein's creature?
Yeah. We weren't, because that involves several dead people stitched together.
It's
we were
dead
talking
cells.
about making. Yeah, but it's several different people. We're talking about making a clone of you from all your dead cells 28 days from now.
Why are you taking the trash cells that are already dead to make a
Let's
clone?
let's then make a different statement, Kat. Say that you lost a hand and it was replaced by a robot hand.
Yeah.
Then say you lost a whole bunch of other shit until you were just a head and your entire body was robotic. However, you have your entire body. They've found it. They've stitched it all together. It works perfectly fine.
So
However,
they've
sorry.
stolen
it's
my
got a
body and given
robot
me an
head.
artificial body.
I'm saying I just pictured Hermes from Futurama with the robot body.
And they've it's got all your parts put together. You've totally consented to all these medical procedures, by the way. And then they have this this nice robot head, and you're like, well, fucking, I've gone 90% of the way. Might as well go whole hog. So
Yeah.
you have your head replaced with a robot head,
Well,
and then they
this
take
is
that
exactly,
head
That's not
and they
me
put it on
anymore.
the fucking body.
this is exactly what happens in that episode, you know, because Zoidberg's taking all these dead bits of Hermes and starts putting them together to make this like weird puppet Hermes,
It's a
you know, like a
flesh
ventriloquist, yeah, like a ventriloquist dummy. And then eventually Hermes is like, you know what, screw my human brain because a robotic brain would be so much more logical and so much better. And he rips that out and gets some chips put in, so he's therefore fully a robot. So Zoidberg takes the brain and puts it back into this like puppet and reanimates it, and it is essentially, you know, it's what's his face all over again. And then they've got a big robot to contend with.
Yeah. Like, I'm not talking about replacing your memories. I'm just asking if you could essentially be immortal by creating blank clones and putting your brain into it after you've, like, busted the new body or your
There's a
old
film
body.
that does that, though, isn't there, with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it?
No.
No?
Bruce Willis, Replicants.
No,
What you
no,
talk about,
different
Bruce
film.
Willis?
What do you think
Different
of Face
film.
Off with Nicolas Cage?
No, that's swapping faces. No, there's definitely a film where they, like...
The Fly?
Junior?
No. There's a film, basically, right, where... I can't remember who it is, but basically, early on in the film, right, this football player gets tackled, and he breaks his neck. He's dead, okay? And then you get a couple of, like, fake emergency teams. They run onto the pitch, they drag him off, and they're like, he's okay, he's breathing, he's fine. And all this stuff. They throw him in the back of an ambulance, right, and they clone him. And then all of a sudden, the next day, this guy is up and walking around and all the rest of it. It's not really him, it's his clone, because they store his memory on a chip and all the rest of it, and they bang it back in his head. I'm all of a sudden not sure if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger or not. But that film is definitely out there.
I think you're thinking The Island with Ewan
Nope.
McGregor.
No, definitely not The Island.
Can you just fucking answer Kat's question?
Sorry, what was the question?
You don't even remember it.
So, well, this is called before I forget, and I already forgot. I'm sorry.
It like I'm gonna
So
forget the
this-
question in a
By
bit.
Googling football clone movie, it's The Sixth Day. 2000
Yeah.
American science fiction film directed by Roger Spottiswoode and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I freaking knew it. Because, yeah, somebody clones him. They think they've killed him, and they make a clone of him, and they send him home to his wife and all the rest of it. Yeah, that's exactly the right picture. To anybody that doesn't know, Cage just put the Sixth Day up. Anyway, it was a really good freaking film.
But that's not my question.
Sorry, what was the question?
Cat, no, I would not.
I already forgot. I'm sorry.
Would
Would you
you-
do it?
Oh my god.
Would you
shut
be
up.
immortal by creating multiple clones of yourself and just putting your mind in them? And every time they get old, you take your mind out, put it in a new clone, so it's back to baby state.
No, I'd rather.
I'd do it a few times.
I'd do it a few times until they could put my memories and stuff like that online, and then I'd live in the internet forever. Because then I'd know everything, because you'd be able to get everywhere via the internet, and then say you could upload your thoughts and stuff into a robot. And things,
Yeah, I
have
can
it
go to
active.
Pornhub and live in there. Let's go.
So-
No. Doesn't work. It's like kind of Terminator-esque, except
Here's
good, not bad.
here's the problem with that. Once we are able to do that, what's to stop somebody from hacking you on the internet? Like you're
Because
having
you're
your internet
already-
existence, and they
No.
come along and they're like, "Hey, hello, OJ program."
Yeah, but the thing is you would instantly know that somebody is trying to access your program because you are all over the internet, wouldn't you? So you just put up firewalls automatically, or you would hack them back.
You're too spread out at that point. You're not gonna know everything.
You would though, because
Cat him on the internet.
like,
I'm a fucking god.
yeah. You are literally, well, you're not literally omnipotent, but you're not far off.
So say that wasn't a possibility, right? You can't live on the internet. Would you say the same opportunity? Yeah, do it a couple times, but then I'd get bored and stop doing it.
I don't know, because you see, my religion states that at some point, we're going to live forever. People think you'll get bored if you live forever, and it's like, no, you won't. There's always something new to find out. It's like, there's
But living forever in the current world and living forever in the afterlife are two entirely different things.
it's not afterlife, but it's not the current world, if you know what I mean. It's like going back to how God intended the world to be. The Garden of Eden story, essentially.
Yes.
It's like going back to that, but with certain aspects that we can take with us, like certain technologies and stuff like that. It's like I could spend 1,000 years just learning about ants, for God's sakes. I mean, there's 500 different species in just a couple of islands in the world. You could spend 1,000 years just learning everything about them.
1,000 years learning about ants in the afterlife.
Yeah, and that's just a blink of an eye to God, you know what I mean? And then I could spend 5,000 years doing whatever would be I could learn everything from
But you don't
a
get
school point of view.
birthdays. You don't get holidays.
No, we celebrate everything else though. Do you know how many anniversaries you'd get?
27.
Enough to the point where it'd
Yeah.
be fucking over.
It would never be over because every day is somebody else's anniversary. So every day's a party.
It's every
What
day,
I'm
bro.
saying, it's yeah.
Every day's a party, OJ. No day is a party.
Well,
Wait.
you have the choice to make it a party or not. You can just choose not to attend. I mean, you could literally go around the world as many times as you wanted. You could go to different planets and stuff like that, and you would have limitless opportunity at your fingertips.
You see, I think one lifetime is enough, and you look at the people.
Nope.
You look at the people who are what? They're
I
like-
regret half of my life already, and I'm 32, okay?
Man, I
Oh.
regret the whole thing, and I'm 23.
Yeah, wait
It's
till you
got
get to my
beat
age.
there, OJ.
Yeah, well,
Fucking-
the point is, though, is you could do and learn anything you wanted to without restriction. The only thing that it would take is time. Yeah, you've got
So-
all the time in the world to do whatever you want. You could literally build your own log cabin. All it would take is learning how to do it.
I mean, I know how to do that.
Yeah, just use fucking Lincoln Logs. What are you, stupid?
No, what I'm saying is,
God.
no, what I'm saying is, you could go to a forest and you could hand cut down every tree, carve every piece into shape, and you could literally make yourself a log cabin.
I mean, I already had to do that when we built our grandparents' cabin.
I like
Sounds like fun.
you use the examples of ants, learning about ants, and building a log cabin.
You wouldn't
for
like
new
to build your
lives.
own house from your own bare hands. You'd like to be able to live in this house and say,
So I'm
"I
like
built
primitive
every single
technology,
thing."
that one YouTube channel.
No. You don't have to have primitive technology. This is what I'm saying. You could have, like, it might even be future technology. You know.
Yeah, so you can fucking laser machine gun the trees down with your eyes.
Possibly. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. I'm saying it's a possibility.
Wouldn't that be dangerous though?
No, because
thought about
people
that?
would. No, because people would be responsible then.
You see, that's a
The,
big if.
the irresponsible douches, right, die off and they don't get to come back and live forever, okay?
So
It's a lot to explain. I'm not. This is why I don't talk about my religion much. It's a hell of a lot to get into.
fucking
But still, yeah, we believe we're going to live forever at the end of it all. So it's like, yep, I'm not going to say no to that. I will happily live forever. I will happily learn forever.
is that why
There's
you
always
drink so
something new
much,
out there.
OJ? 'Cause
Yeah,
you
it
got
doesn't
nothing to
matter.
lose?
He gets a new liver.
I get a new liver. It's like everybody regenerates to a point where they become the perfect age. You know what I mean?
What would you say is the perfect day? Like, I want everybody.
My
to
perfect age was when I was 17. I had, not to brag, but I had like the body of Adonis and all the rest of it. It was like I had 6-pack, nearly an 8-pack.
And your dick was
It was muscular.
3 inches long.
No, it's
And now
always
it's
been the same
shrunk.
size.
1,000 centimeters.
1,000.
Hey,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not getting into the details, but I've always been happy with my size, and it's not going to change. If you guys are unhappy, which is why you brought it up, then, you know, so be it on you.
Kat, how big is your dick?
It's so big.
It sticks out further than her boobies.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Somebody's already broken that record.
What
There's-
record?
There's a guy out there with a 19-inch dick.
Yeah.
What guy?
You can't do anything with that.
You
Yeah,
can
you
wave
get
it
hard on
around.
you faint.
Have you? Oh fuck! What's it called? It's like a 3-foot long, like 20-inch diameter.
That's
dick.
a meter.
That's the
Yeah.
Great American Challenge.
No, the Great American Challenge is 20 inches.
That's like a horse, dude.
It's called. It's. If I think of it, I'll mention it out of the blue.
Okay, we're gonna randomly have da-da-da penis, like in the middle of a conversation.
Da da da
about
penis.
Pop-Tart. Well, I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know the title of it. We're gonna be talking about some crap like Pop-Tarts or something, and you're gonna say this penis, and it's gonna be what?
Like,
What's
all
your
you can
favorite
do-
flavor of Pop Tarts?
I haven't tried them all, but the shop over the road from me, as you have seen, is a big seller of all the American flavors of Pop-Tarts, and there's a lot to try there. I kind of like the chocolate and marshmallow ones, but I have tried those.
It's called
I
the
like-
Moby. It costs $1,040.
Holy crap. It did come up in the
I-
middle of Pop-Tarts.
I like the sour green apple ones from Jolly Rancher currently that they have going in a special promotion.
They have weird promotions for Pop-Tarts, don't they?
I like the strawberry ones that are frosted.
Do you
I wanna try
microwave your
those.
Pop-Tarts?
No, I put them in the toaster. I'm not a fucking savage, cat.
You microwave your Pop-Tarts, they explode.
What the
No,
fuck?
they don't.
They're not gonna explode.
It's like an egg.
5 seconds. Perfect.
Oh yeah, 5 seconds is nothing. You can microwave an egg for 5 seconds and it'd be okay. You put that stuff in the microwave for like 30 seconds, yeah, boom.
No, not. It's
You
got
gotta put a
holes
hole
to
in the
vent
top
on
of the
the
egg.
back.
No, believe it or not, I've cut an egg in half after almost hard boiling it. And I thought, I'll put it in the microwave just to finish it off, with two halves. And the thing still exploded. I haven't used that microwave ever again. It stank. I threw it out.
That sounds like a waste of a microwave.
You're supposed to clean it.
It wasn't, and you couldn't clean it.
You put
Have you ever had exploded egg all over a microwave?
Yeah, and
you
I
put
cleaned it.
some lemon in some water and you steam that shit and then you wipe that shit down.
No, I threw the microwave away and got a new one for like $20.
$20 microwave sounds like garbage.
It worked. It worked. I only had it for like another year and then I left that house. So yeah.
I'll tell you, the microwave that I have in this place right now, it came with the thing. I looked like the retail price online. That thing's like $300, and it is so nice. You can.
Oh, the microwave came with the apartment.
Yeah.
So when you move out, are you taking the microwave?
Dude, I might.
Dude, funny thing, that just reminded me of stuff. When I first moved here, right, we could hear, like, the guy upstairs. He was obviously moving out and stuff. But the fact is, he was still at it at, like, 1 o'clock in the morning. The guy was still moving out. It turns out, right, these places, they come with a small washing machine and a fridge, freezer, and an oven. And that's basically it. Everything else is, you finish it yourself. It turns out he took the fridge, freezer, he took the washing machine, and he took the oven, which is why he was moving out at 1 o'clock in the morning, because he didn't want to get caught.
Don't you think they'd, charge you for that stuff?
Well, no, the thing is we have a deposit facility here, okay? I had to pay a deposit of like £395, but it doesn't go to the landlady. It goes to a special deposit account. I get a code for this, and she gets a code for it. They're both different. To get the deposit out, you need both parts of the code. But £395 is not going to buy a fridge, freezer, a cookware, and a washing machine.
Well, maybe you
No, he
bought the
stole
microwave
them.
and the freezer for
No.
combo
So
deal, $35. Boom.
So he stole them and didn't give a damn about his deposit because he also never gave them the code for it. So they had to go to court and then wait for like 15 days for him not to reply and not to act on anything before they could get the £395 deposit, which doesn't cover the things he stole. So he got the better deal.
So he ended up on top.
Yeah.
Fuck the justice system.
I know, it's screwed up, isn't it?
Like, over here, too. It sucks. I think that's the worst part of fucking government in general.
Yep. All governments are screwed.
I got pinned against the wall by a car, right? This happened in college. To all the people listening out there, I've already told the story to you three.
Yep.
Have you?
If I went ahead and sued the dude, right, I would have lost money on the court case because I couldn't sue for anything else besides, like,
the dude hit me with his car and rammed me into a wall. I'm suing the pants off him for half of his lifetime.
Yeah, but guess what? I could only sue for the hospital bills and an extra like $3,000.
And
Like,
you would have been out of pocket because
I would have been fucking the cost to hire a lawyer and actually like
but you get him to pay that because he loses. He pays all fees, all court fees and stuff like
I
that,
couldn't
which
sue him for court
includes
fees.
lawyer fees.
I couldn't sue him for court fees,
Why didn't
which
you
is
put that on
fucking
top?
stupid. That's why I didn't do it. If I could have done
Yeah,
all
over
that,
here, that's an automatic standard. The loser pays all the court fees.
no, you can't do that over here. You have to go through a separate trial where you sue them for court fees.
And then you sue them for those court fees because you've just taken them to court a second time.
Yeah,
So
but
you have
at
to go
that
to court
point-
3 times to sue them for court fees.
At
for
that
the-
point, it's like 2.5 years of time, and I really didn't want to
Freaking
do
hell.
that. With
Just call Judge Judy. She'll get it done in 10 minutes.
fuck you assholes, you get the money.
Yeah.
I've never actually watched Judge Judy.
Essentially, that's it in a nutshell. I think you'd enjoy it. Once.
Once.
One time. That's all you need to watch with Judge Judy.
We have strayed so far from
Frar.
Halloween decorations.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
You just start a topic, stream of consciousness style. That's what the TeamSpeak is.
Yeah,
Speaking
true.
of Halloween decorations, though, have you guys ever heard of those crazy stories where somebody was murdered and then strung up in decoration, like put as the Halloween display? Like their murderer has put them
You
out.
know that's not real though.
I
right?
didn't live in the South, so no.
Honestly,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Just straight up no. Never heard of anything like that.
Where
Sounds
have
freaky.
you seen this cat?
There was a lady that hung herself, and people thought it was just part of a store's decoration.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I thought you meant like somebody from another house killed a person and then turned them into a decoration.
Yeah.
I think that's happened too.
What?
You hack somebody to death,
No.
leave a bunch of knives in their body, and then hang them from your ceiling, and people think it's an
Audience
amazing
challenging.
decoration with
So
a very authentic smell.
just to throw this out there as a disclaimer to people listening to the podcast,
We don't
can't
condone
believe
any of this.
anything on the internet.
I'm gonna Google it.
We do not condone this behavior. We
Unless they
condone.
really deserve it, and even then it's iffy.
Hell no. We condone my behavior.
What's your behavior, OJ?
I'm
Fucking
drunk.
drinking. Yes.
Man,
Why did you even ask?
cat.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm on my second drink.
Cat, do you drink?
No.
She
Nobody
drinks some.
drinks.
Remember that one time you had one on your stream?
I remember that.
Concealed
while
in a
ago.
Mountain Dew can.
What? In a Mountain Dew can?
She was like, yeah, put vodka in this or whatever. And it was in a...
I don't drink vodka. Fuck that shit.
With
So you
Halloween
have
only weeks away.
Drinking, wow. Drunk that. There's this fucking...
Cat, this is a Breitbart article.
Shut up!
It's a Breitbart article. What?
Why is her nose so small?
Yeah, it
Why
makes
is
it.
her mouth
Her
so
face
small?
looks like an alien. Her forehead is huge.
Careful, OJ. That's how she chooses her victims.
I don't
Yeah.
give a damn.
Wouldn't someone what? 10, 15. Alright.
She looks like she's been smashed in the face with a shovel.
That's mean, OJ. Don't say that.
That's what a pug is. It's a regular dog that's been hit with a shovel.
Alright, do you guys think bugs are cute?
No, they're
No,
ugly.
pugs are a fucking abomination.
Like
their
bugs
eyes
and
pop out of their
Persians.
head if they sneeze.
Now, Cat is a
sound like-
lover. Cat is a lover of all animals. Cat, what do you have to say
They
about
sound like they've got asthma all the time.
No, I
Really
don't
bad.
like bugs.
that? What about Persians?
Hey.
Pugs were people like, you know what would be hilarious? If we fucked up an entire species. And
Yeah.
then they did it.
They not only snort and they are prone to their eyes do actually pop out of their skulls. That's
They
a
That's
breathe
what I
genetic.
horribly.
They also have terrible gas problems.
And
They breathe like crap.
don't live. They have very short life expectancies.
Why do people buy that? It's like teacup friggin' chihuahuas. Okay, that's not a thing. That's you have bred a runt with another runt and came up with an even smaller runt. That's not a real dog.
I can understand a chihuahua because at least they're functional animals.
A chihuahua
Pugs are
is a
not
chihuahua.
functional.
A chihuahua is a small dog. Okay, when you come up with a teacup chihuahua, which literally fits in a teacup, then there are problems. That is intentionally lowballing breeding. It's taking all the worst genetic traits and breeding it with another one with all the worst genetic traits to make another one.
No,
with
that's how they
even
made
worse
pugs.
traits. What?
That's how they made pugs.
No, it's also how they make teacup chihuahuas.
It's like, yo, you know this animal here that has the worst possible stats? Fucking mix that shit with this other one that's also the worst possible. Oh shit,
I
we got it worse somehow.
I just love how you called it
Oh,
stats.
it's a stats? Well, it's like, what else am I gonna call it? I could say like genetics,
Well,
like,
you could say how I said it, and I can't remember how I said it now.
Yeah, what am I supposed to
Attributes.
do? Remember shit from 3 seconds ago, OJ? What do I look
Well-
like? An elephant?
Yeah, I suppose I was going to say Streamland. The podcast is kind of named after you, so yeah. I can't even remember what I said 3 seconds ago, so you know but I'm drunk. I've got an excuse. Not really.
You said you were drunk though.
I'm not drunk. I'm getting there, but I'm not. Man, I wish I was high.
OJ has a brand.
I said that out loud.
OJ has a problem.
That's nothing new. Everybody knew this. Except
This is
for
the first time anybody's ever
the
seen you
audience.
though.
Nobody has seen me. We're on a podcast.
Okay.
I
So-
might not even really be me.
You're in charge of a genetics lab, and you have to create an animal that has the aspects of two animals, but it has to be useful. So you have to have like a sheep that not only can give you wool, but can also.
Don't say
I
give
don't-
you meat because they do that too.
Don't say give you milk because they already do that too.
I don't know what else you would add to a sheep. I don't know.
Then
Maybe
why
do you
Kevlar's
start with
Kevlar.
sheep?
I got it. A sheep and an elephant.
What
So you
the
have
fuck?
giant sheep?
No, yeah, you have a massive amount of wool. You have a massive amount of meat. World food crisis solved.
And a massive amount of milk.
Well, it depends if you like sheep's milk, but yeah.
Those
You ever tried-
those sheep are gonna be pissed,
Why?
dude.
Because they
An
have to fuck an elephant.
elephant-sized sheep?
Well, why not the other way around? You don't get the elephant to mount the sheep. You do it the other way around. You give the ram a stepladder.
OJ, clearly you've never watched porn.
What about artificial insemination? That'd be fine.
But
How about a dolphin and a shark?
Oh, what if instead of wool, the sheep grew like ivory, and you could just
Oh,
Like it was just this.
I
sick
have an
motherfucker
ivory
covered in
floor.
ivory.
I would have an ivory floor.
I only ask because in the state I live in, they currently have goats that are genetically engineered to also give
Spider silk.
spider silk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not literally spider silk. They have to refine it out of their milk, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's basically a way of producing spider silk, which they hope to start using for like technological uses soon. Because obviously, we all know that when you compare the tensile strength of spider silk to like a steel string of the same thickness, spider silk is like 20 times stronger or something stupid like that. I don't know. I don't know the exact details. All I know is spider silk is a lot stronger than 90% of materials out there. But then again, so is bone.
What if you wanted boneless?
Boneless what?
Have you never heard that?
Boneless what?
Cage,
My
you're gonna have
God,
to like
don't
deep
start
throat
that
your
again.
microphone real quick.
I said boneless what? What would be boneless? I'm just saying bones as a tensile strength is like 10 times stronger than steel.
Yeah, but can I get that boneless? OJ.
Are you being disgusting? It's gone
No.
way over my head.
You've never seen that? Oh, fucking OJ.
What have I not seen?
It's fucking boneless pizza.
A boneless pizza. What?
Yeah,
Boneless pizza.
can I get a fucking boneless pizza?
You see, this sounds like something on Futurama. Except I've seen every single episode of Futurama, so I know it's not that.
What? I am so disappointed in you, OJ.
What the hell is a boneless pizza?
It's a pizza without bones in it.
Every pizza has no bones.
But if you put a bone in a pizza, it's bone in pizza, and you got bones in your shit. If you
Where has all this come from? I have
All
no
right.
idea.
Cat,
I don't know what this reference is about. I really don't.
Cat, for your question, does it need to be just animals? Or can I include like other
Wait,
things?
what cat say?
You have to make the animal useful somehow. So you're adding something to the animal, like
There's already.
you can refine the spider silk from.
What about? Have you guys heard of the glow in the dark kittens?
What?
You've not heard of the glow in the dark kittens?
No.
Wow. They're actually. Hang on. Let me Google it. I'm going to find you a picture.
Those aren't useful, OJ.
Cat, you say that, but if you had a glow in the dark cat, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
Oh, how
That's
you?
true.
Yeah.
Cat would be first in line to get a glow in the dark cat.
No.
Cat would
No.
be first in line. You can't just
They're
saying no
genetically
doesn't make it.
they're
not
genetically
Basically,
improved
it's like
jellyfish.
they've taken. Yeah, exactly. If you had a glow in the dark kitten, it's like a kid's
true.
favorite
OJ,
animal,
quit
which
linking
doubles as a
Google
nightlight.
searches.
That's all I'm doing is doing Google searches stuff.
I know. Quit
So, yeah.
linking them.
Essentially, it's like a kid's favorite pet, other than puppies, because puppies are kittens. But it doubles as a nightlight. How is that not useful?
Well, it
Keep
says
your
glow
kid
in the dark
happy.
kittens lend a paw to fight AIDS, so that's pretty useful. That's the
Whoa.
first thing that pops up.
Really?
Yeah, when you go into the searches on that.
Oh, life science. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, cat. They're fighting AIDS. What are you doing?
And this is nothing new.
Okay,
either. This has been
so,
out for a while.
Two animals: the micro pig, because that shit's fucking invincible, and the
What
human.
do you mean? How is a micro pig invincible?
Does OJ not know what a micro pig is?
It's a very small pig.
No.
Oh, is it one of them? Yeah, I know what a micro pig is. It's
I thought
What
those
is
were
it?
called
It's like-
something else.
I don't think they're
It's
called micro
it's like-
pigs.
It's a bear.
no, it's a micro bear. It's a water bear. That's the
water
one.
bear.
It's
yeah.
the water bear.
Yeah, those things are invincible. They can live in frozen oxygen for
Tardigrade
about
is what
for
I'm
about
talking
4
about.
hours.
Yeah, tardigrade and a human. There you go.
Yeah,
Fucking
invincible humans.
I
humans.
think
yeah.
humans are more problematic than they are helpful.
Oh yeah,
We're
they're
very
definitely
helpful
the
to
worst thing ever.
ourselves, but we fucked the earth up so bad.
Oh yeah, I mean we screwed it up from like.
That's why you
days.
make us invincible so we can survive the fallout.
So we can
Like-
fuck it up
like
even more and
tardigrade.
survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can fuck up
Hang
the
on, have
whole
they tested that
universe.
though? Have they tested that? Have they tested like a tardigrade in nuclear like reactors
I mean,
and
fuck,
stuff?
probably.
Would
Roaches
you?
can
I mean-
survive it. Why couldn't tardigrades? They can survive the fucking
Yeah, hang
vacuum of
on.
space.
We're talking about a nuclear explosion, not just a fallout. We know roaches would not survive the explosion.
So you want
We
me to
want-
fucking mix people with like hardcore fucking carbon steel fucking shit, concrete 3 feet thick? Yeah, all the people walking around are just giant stone golems now.
Did you
No,
just say 3 feet dick?
Yes, I said 3 feet dick. That's exactly what I said.
I'm legitimately curious. I don't know what you
3
said.
feet thick.
Oh.
you just need to make the Iron Man suit a reality, okay? And then we're all good.
But that's not an animal mutation.
I don't care how close you are to an explosion. If you're close enough to an explosion, there's no way you're gonna survive.
Meh, depends on the explosion.
Have you seen the video of the kid who like steps over the firecracker and it like shoots up into his dick? He survived that.
It's a firecracker.
That's still an explosion.
It's still an
Dude,
explosion.
You've seen the fucking people holding firecrackers. Yeah, they lose their fucking hand.
Yeah, because they close their hand around it like idiots. If you keep your
They're
hand
fucking-
open, it just goes bang on your hand. It
And the
hurts a lot.
people sue the fucking firework company for damages. Bitch! You held it. You're not supposed to
Yeah.
do that.
You are essentially holding the smallest stick of dynamite you can find.
I don't understand. Fireworks
It's
aren't illegal.
like when they had to put caution hot on the McDonald's coffee because someone fucking
somebody
spilled it on their crotch.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I thought this coffee would be fucking lukewarm at best. It's like, nah, bitch, it's fucking
Yeah, but no.
fresh coffee.
No. To be fair, I read about that. That coffee was apparently like 110 degrees or something like that. It was stupidly hot.
All right.
And we're talking
I'm talking
Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
All right. Fucking when you shit, right? It comes out pretty warm.
Yeah, because your butthole is the hottest place in your body.
Yeah, but your body's like 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is in Celsius anymore.
About 37.7
Yeah,
on the inside.
That's hot shit, man.
It's a lukewarm bath at best.
So you gotta label that? Fucking lukewarm.
You don't have a tattoo on your butthole that says hot shit?
No, the tattoo on my butthole says your name here.
It must just be me.
It just means your name is always on my butthole.
Oh.
To be fair, yeah, I know it sounds. I actually know somebody who has got your name here tattooed on their butt because they thought it was clever. Like your name here, those
on the
three
cheek
words.
or like inside
across both cheeks.
See,
just so they can use that. Just so they can use that stupid joke. I got your name tattooed on my butt.
Fucking at the gym I go to, right? Fucking old men think it's their safe haven to do whatever they want, so they walk around naked like all the time. You'll walk in there and they'll be like having a party, just having a general conversation.
Whoa!
And they're like,
no, that shouldn't happen at the gym. In the
does
old folks' home
gym.
or the hang on, what's the place where anybody watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
I've heard of it, never watched it.
That's just straight depressing.
Well, there's a place where his dad used to go, and it's like the lodge, or basically that's what they called it. It's like a gym for old people. They got a pool, they got a sweat house, they got this, that, and the other, and they just walk around most of it naked.
But fucking at the gym I go to, it's like a...
That's what old people do. Old people just go around fucking the Y, fucking any spot where they can change their clothes, they just hang around naked.
I am not doing that as an old person.
But fucking, you see
I am going to be sitting here playing games with you guys.
You see these tattoos on these like super old people, right? And they got like their saggy skin everywhere, and they look like absolute ass. Mickey Mouse looks like the spawn of Satan himself after a while.
That's why you get scarification tattoos.
Scarification?
They don't stretch.
What?
The beautiful lady you got tattooed on you when you were 20 turned into a witch when you were 80.
Man.
I mean, that's the same thing that happened with my wife.
What?
Boom.
When did you get married?
I was 20, and now that I'm 80, my wife's a real bitch.
Yeah, same thing, really.
Fucking... OJ, how's the married life?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I highly recommend it. You know you're doing well when you're a month in and you're still alive. To be fair, I got married on August 19th. We're going to clarify this for the podcast.
Yeah, he got married on my birthday.
Yep. So we threw a double party. Although Cage wasn't there, unfortunately.
Yep.
Would have been cool, but...
It's got to swim pretty far to get over there.
Well, it's also about $600 for a flight over, and that's just one way.
Dude, $600 over here is for like a flight across the country.
Really?
It's
expensive. Crap. I can get a flight from here to Amsterdam for like £16. And I have done.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my!
I mean, don't get me wrong; it's an economy flight, but you know,
like
I've done it. £16 there, £19 back. I spent more on petrol getting from my house to the airport.
What the fuck? I'm angry now. I'm
sorry.
I flew back to my hometown not too long ago. It was across like a state and a half. Not even, really. It costed me fucking like $250 round trip. It was awful.
Whoa. Imagine your economy is screwed up the backside so badly.
It was not business class. It wasn't first class. Just regular economy seating. Fucking had the wing seat. Couldn't even look out the window. Those pieces of bit.
You had the wing seat and you couldn't look out the window. Did you have a stupid seat where the window is like between the chairs?
No. So you have the wing like right where your window is. So when you look out, you just see the wing. So you can't look down, see the ground, nothing like that.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay.
I don't like flying all too much. It's way too expensive.
flying over here is not bad. It's not great, but it depends on where you're going.
Cage, have you ever been on a flight? You fucking went to Australia. Of course you've been on a flight. Cat.
I remember you guys talking about that. Hang on a minute. Yeah, so Cage went to Australia, but you've never left the country except you weren't even born in the country. So I have a... Where the hell were you born, dude? Because I always thought you were an American.
I was born in Norway. Oofta oofta.
Is that a place?
OJ.
I wouldn't know.
Did you just say, is Norway a place?
No, is Oofta Oofta a place?
No. That's where my name came from.
Okay.
Uff.
So what is it? What does it mean?
It's just a phrase you say.
Which means...
Like skeet skeet over here.
Which,
Like-
by the way, no one says.
I know nobody
Yeah.
says that. I was just trying to think of something and nothing came to mind. But it's just like a greeting phrase. You say it when you jovial fucking, I don't know.
I'm just really clarifying where you're from because you never made that apparent in the first podcast. You started talking about the fact that Cage was from America and he'd been to Australia and New Zealand and came back and has never been anywhere else. And you moved over to America when you were relatively young, but you've never left the country.
So,
And it was like, so where the hell are you from?
yeah, I'm born in Norway, and then I've been to Canada a couple times, been to Mexico, and
That's
the
still the
Caribbean
same
once.
basic island. You haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, as far as like
It's just significantly farther away from
significant-
Canada to Mexico than it is fucking anywhere in the fucking Europe.
It doesn't matter. It's still on the same island.
Yeah, so if you've been to Asia, it's still on the same island. Actually, you're on a
Yeah,
separate
actually,
island.
I'm in the UK, so I get a separate island for everything.
That's true.
I've been to France. I've been to Spain. I've been to...
Have you
where else
seen
have I
their underpants?
I've been to Greece, which is several little islands as well.
Yeah,
I've been
but
to
you can-
two separate islands
You
in
can
Greece.
buy a
I've been
flight
to
for
one
16 pounds, and I've got to pay $250 to go across a state and a half.
twice. You'd be cheap at driving, dude.
Not with gas prices.
Are you kidding me? You can buy a barrel over there, 100 gallons, okay? And you get it for like what we pay for 10. How much is it? Right, a gallon is like what, 5 liters, yeah?
I can drive probably.
How much? No, just
6
how much is it
hours.
a gallon? How much is it for a gallon over there? Because
Let
you
me
guys
see.
don't buy it pence per liter, do you? Or cents per liter.
A liter is about a fourth of a gallon. Yeah.
It's more than that. It's less
more
than that.
Yeah.
It's like
Liter-
a fifth.
It's about a fourth. You can look it up right now.
Closer to a
0.26.
fifth.
Who said it's a fourth? Yeah. About a fourth.
Your liters and gallons are different anyway. Anyway, over here it costs like $1.19 or $1.20. It depends on what you buy. You get diesel, you get unleaded, and you get leaded. You got 2 types of petrol and then diesel, which is something else. But it's usually between like $1.19 to $1.30 per liter. And I know for a fact that you guys pay something like that per gallon. So yours is like 5 times cheaper than ours, or 4 times cheaper than ours. And Cage has not let go of his push
The
to talk in a
average
while.
price, that's because the fucking Discord breaks when I do push to talk.
Okay.
According to thepetrolprices.com, the average price of a liter of unleaded petrol is currently $103.49 per liter, with super unleaded costing over 11p more at $114.05 per liter. Diesel drivers can expect to pay $104.01 per liter of standard fuel and $116.94 per liter of premium.
And we're talking about UK prices there because you're saying pence, not cents.
And I'm also saying petrol, so yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's pence per litre. It's about average, I'd say, but you got to remember oil, petrol prices and stuff vary depending on where you are in the country. The further you are away from the capital, the more things cost. In some weird things, but the closer you are to the capital, the more general living costs. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so what is it per litre over there? or per gallon over there? This is what
It's
I'm
around
getting
like
at.
230. 200.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. 230 per gallon, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, call it exactly half over here. Call it 115 per litre, yeah?
Yeah.
That's like, and then say there is exactly 4 litres to a gallon, yeah, just to be nice. So we are paying like 4 times we're paying twice as much as you for the basic petrol. It's not even oil. You know what I mean? We pay so much for oil.
Do you have a car?
Over here. No, I don't drive. I'm not stupid. I have nightmares about dying in car crashes. You really think I'm going to drive?
me.
No, I'm not calling people stupid who drive.
I've
I'm
had
just saying.
nightmares about driving since I was 8 years old. I still had to fucking drive. I guess that's more because I live in the middle of nowhere and you live
Exactly.
right by a bus.
Yeah. My point is when you've had as many nightmares about dying in car crashes as I have, you're not going to drive.
Well then.
But yeah, we're paying almost twice the amount for oil, diesel, gas, whatever you want to call it. Mind you, everybody's starting to change over to electric cars now, so it's not going to matter soon.
Wasn't there a law that went out that said everybody by like 4 years from now has to own an electric car if they're gonna?
Something like, yeah, but no, it's something like France dictated that by the year 2019, every single vehicle in France should be electric. I don't think they can roll that out though. That's
No,
a big ask,
I don't think so.
and especially not here. I'm
Especially
thinking more
for
like
like
20.
diesel cars, you
Yeah,
know. And
they got more
trucks.
power and more torque, so yeah, that's why people like them, especially farmers.
Yeah, I don't think it's reasonable to say for like the average car, sure, but
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as like big rigs and things like that go, no.
Oh, you're gonna
You're not
have
gonna
to
have
use
that.
diesel. But
Same
do you
thing with
have
trucks. A lot of
do you
people
have
like
red
trucks.
diesel over there?
No.
It's like a cheaper fuel over here, but you're only allowed to use it in agricultural machines. If you get caught using it in like a car or a normal diesel engine and stuff like that, you get a hefty fine for it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Well, it's cheap fuel basically.
But we have
Doesn't. I think it's fuel that you don't pay tax on or something, but they put like a weird dye in it, so you can tell immediately when you open up an engine that it's been using like the cheaper fuel. Nobody does it, but it's still a thing.
we have ethanol over here, but that's like not nearly as efficient. But that's like
You need to-
$1.50 per gallon. But you
You
get
need to-
around like 33% of the mileage you would with regular gasoline.
You need to bottle that and send it to me.
Why? So you can just drink it?
I try anything once. I know, it's like drunk on the first sip, death on the second.
All right, we're reaching the 1 hour and 45-minute mark. Do you guys
Wow, we're doing well.
Do you guys
And
want?
somehow we've covered no more than we do in a regular episode.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
So
We've gone around
Yeah.
in circles.
But I think this is great strides towards
It's going to be fun to watch this with all the editing.
But I think we should call it before it just turns into utter rambling. It has been for a little bit.
I was gonna say it has been this whole time.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the
whole
fun of it.
point of the podcast. Yeah.
But eventually, it's just gonna turn into, you guys like airplane food? Yeah, the airplane foods are all right.
How's the weather?
It's good.
Cold.
So
No.
I have
I
this
shouldn't have asked that. I'm so sorry.
huge list of topics
What'd you do,
that
OJ?
I've just been waiting to say, and then
We totally
Cat's
ignored
just
every
got
single
like
one of them.
3 questions in a row.
No way.
So
Okay, one more
What?
topic.
what is something that is like really popular, other people just fucking love sucking its dick, but you just cannot understand why people love it so much?
Bitmoji.
Memes.
Memes are fantastic. Fuck you,
Yeah,
OJ.
fuck you, OJ.
I knew that was coming.
No.
Can I flip it around and do the opposite and just say alcohol?
Kat, what about you?
No, 'cause
What was
it's
the
not
question?
nature of the question.
Wow, Kat.
What do you hate that everybody else seems to love and you don't understand it?
What do
Fidget
you,
spinners.
What do you just not get? No one likes fidget spinners, though,
Are
Jay.
you kidding me? Do you know how
I
much
have
money
one to
fidget
do.
spinners have made?
That's all ironic. That's none of it's real.
It doesn't matter. The fact is, the world went crazy over fidget spinners, and Uff is playing with one. You sad git.
Mine's
I
so
don't. I do
Molly.
not get.
Molly
just-
got me one. She's like, "Oh, you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure." So
My
you know what I
mom
did?
got me one without my knowledge and then threw it at me and was like, "Here."
I
I
remember
bought
that.
2.
You've all got a fidget spinner.
I use it to do tremolo on my guitar. It works.
I
pretty
would
well.
put blades on that thing and throw it at the nearest person I hated.
Man, I don't know where the fuck it went. I just never played with it, so it's gone.
I've never understood the world's fascination with fidget spinners. It's just you people are bored and you need something better to fill your life with.
No, but let's
I
go in
think-
line. What do you hate?
I play computer games. I work. I've got much better things to do than spin something on my finger.
I think my thing has to be sales, like in stores. Like I could do without them. I hate them mostly because I have to set the ad, and then I have to deal with the people that are angry because we don't have the thing on the
See,
ad.
I can sympathise with that. I used to work in a supermarket. I've worked in retail since I was 16. Sales suck when you work in supermarkets. Mind you, everybody loves a good sale when you're shopping yourself.
But
Kinda
if
hard to
there's
be mad at it.
always a sale on, there's fucking never a sale.
There is always a sale on,
true.
doesn't matter where you are. You go into Tesco, you go into Walmart, you go into Asda, you go into anywhere. There's a sale on something everywhere.
No, I mean if the same thing is always on sale.
Oh no, that never happens. But it's like things take it into. I mean, you get Pringles over there, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, say like Pringles will be like regular price $2.25. In Tesco 1 week, they'll be like, oh, they're on sale. They're down to $1.50. A weekend, Tesco no longer have it on sale. But then Walmart will pick up the sale and they'll be selling it for $1.50. And then a weekend, and then Morrison's will be selling it for $1.50. And then another weekend, and Asda will be selling it for $1.50. So it doesn't matter. As long as you shop around, you can always pay the same price on sale. You know what I mean?
And Uff's friend, the Pringle
The Pringle Hobo?
We
the
don't
Pringle
need
Hobo
to bring that up,
The Pringle
boy.
Hobo. What? I gotta hear this. What's the
never
Pringle
has
Hobo?
to, shop around.
All right. I guess
Who's the
I might
Pringle
as well
Hobo?
tell it. Now, Madison is the college that I went to, right? And around holidays and other times of the year, people get a little drunk and a little wild, and they just go out in the streets and nobody regulates them. So I'm walking home from my job at a little restaurant down there, right? I'm going back to my dorm room. And as I'm walking down, there are a few people just, they're clearly drunk and they're out of it, right? But this one person in particular was in an alley. He had a Pringles can and he was doing some sacrilegious things into said Pringles can, i.e., he was masturbating into the Pringles can.
Into a Pringles can. What?
Yes. And I looked at him, pretty sure he locked eyes with me, and I kept walking.
That's the worst thing to be locking eyes with is a person masturbating into a Pringles can.
Masturbating in general, though, I think.
There was a guy I was in college with. He was like kind of weirdly proud of his masturbation habits. He would tell people like the weird places that he'd masturbated.
You talking about Cage?
No, I wasn't in college with Cage.
I masturbated in an airplane once.
I
You did.
masturbated at work.
Cat?
I got out of the way of all the cameras, and there was
I
nobody else there.
only
So
done it in a house. I
Crack
had
one
somebody kick in the door on me, though.
no, That's so bad.
Dude, getting caught is the worst thing. I narrowly got caught, but I have I've evaded the FBI every time.
I've usually never been caught. I've been caught maybe 1% of the time that I've masturbated. But then when I was a teenager, I was almost addicted to it. So, yeah.
Dude,
So
this
you were
was
like my little brother.
I found a new
Yeah.
toy. What can I say?
this was a friend that came over, sent me a message from downstairs. I thought they were at their house. And then all of a sudden, oh, they're kicking in my door, and then they act like it's my fault that they walked in on me. I'm like, you're the jackass that kicked in my door. And then
You're
they're
like, "You
like,
wanna
no,
join?"
your door doesn't close all the way.
If somebody's kicked in your door, they've clearly tried a lot more than just turning the knob to get in. Or the handle, depending.
Hold
Dumb.
up. Story about kicking in doors. I had a friend who was he was Asian, and his parents were super strict about his grades. So he took the ACT, right? He gets a 28 on it. 28's not bad, right? It's not. It's not like Ivy League school you're gonna get into every single college, but it's not bad. His parents were furious. They were so mad. And they said, "This is last strike." I'm so sorry. They said, "This is the last strike," right? And then he forgets his backpack on the bus. We had the same stop. He's like, "You want to come over for a little bit?" So he goes over. First thing his dad does is just give him the evil eye. So we go up to his room and we're playing like Super Nintendo or whatever. We're up there, we're having a good time. He opens the door, the dad. He looks at him and he says, "Where's your backpack?" And then he realizes that he left it on the bus and he goes, "I don't know." He's like, "What do you mean you don't know?" And I think he wanted to look at his homework or whatever. Super strict, dude. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I left it on the bus." The dad got super mad. He kicked out the 2 panels in the door. You know how the doors have like 4 panels?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kicked out one of the panels and then punched through the other one.
Jesus Christ.
Swore at him super loud and then like stormed out of the room. And he's like, "I think you should go home." It was truly a sight to see.
Did you back out slowly?
I just kind of left out the back. Like,
Strange.
if you leave something on the bus, it's in the lost and found at the front of the bus, and you get it back tomorrow. So, like,
Not on our buses.
what's the big deal? They just take it.
On our buses, you leave something on the bus, they send it to the CIA who blow it up because they think it's a bomb.
Wow. Oh, I just dropped my food all over myself.
What are
Well,
you
you're not
eating?
that
That's a
food.
public bus, not a school bus.
A salad.
I want a salad. Get me a salad.
Man, salads are very good.
You're
But
eating salad.
yeah, of course I'm eating a salad. What do you think I am, an ape?
Do you also pee in your own mouth, Uff?
Fucking joy salads. Do you have any good
I've
prank
got to wrap this
stories?
up, man.
Do you have any good prank stories? One last thing.
Do I have any good prank stories?
I
No,
told
see,
the prank story.
What I was talking about a little bit ago,
Yeah.
which was the thing that other people like that I just can't get into, that I haven't been able to answer yet because we've gone off on a tangent.
Yeah. I completely forgot you asked that.
So,
That's the name.
fucking people and their fucking complete and utter fascination with like zombies and like the apocalypse and shit like that, like fucking The Walking Dead. I forgot what it was called. The Walking
Amazing.
Dead. Fucking people lose their shit over that. And I'm like,
It started again today, didn't
man, I don't fucking know.
it? Sorry.
It's just like, why? It's fucking, it's this handful of people fucking doing their best fucking with zombies.
Because you want to be prepared, Kage, when the zombie apocalypse comes out. So you make
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
'cause
movies and
that's
everything to
coming.
explain it.
Yeah, let's all fucking bunker down and spend a bunch of unnecessary money on prevention for shit that's not gonna happen. And then, someone's drunk. They're shambling around. Let me get my fucking trigger finger out and, fucking kill the guy because I thought he was a zombie, but he actually wasn't. It was
Hey!
just OJ.
You can't kill me because I'm drunk. It's not fair.
Can my
I mean, you look
dislike
like
of
a zombie.
something be a person? Because I dislike a person.
It's me, isn't it?
Sure,
No.
go
What is
ahead,
it?
Kat.
It's one of Yumade's co-workers.
Here
Does
we
everybody else like him?
He wants to own his own little like piece of land and be off the grid and everything. First off, he doesn't know half the shit he will need to know in order to run his own land. Like half the shit he will have to prepare. Second of all, he went into town hall and paid his utility bills in pennies. Unrolled.
What a fucking cockface.
I know people that have done that with parking fines and stuff, but not a utility bill.
I'm just like, you are a piece of shit and I hate you. But I have to be nice because you're my boyfriend's friend.
I wouldn't give a damn. I'd just say, I call him out right. You know, there are names for people like you.
But
And-
they're not said in polite society, well, outside of a kennel anyway.
And he's one of those guys that
The body part.
He has an open carry, which is fine, but he's like, I think everybody should be allowed to have like AR rifles when they walk around. I'm like, no, that's not okay. Handguns are fine. AR rifles, no.
Why do you need
What?
an AR rifle? Like,
You come
A
over here
handgun is
carrying
totally
a gun.
Why
fine.
do
you
you
get
need
arrested.
an assault rifle?
Why do you need a gun full stop? You should come over to this country and learn something.
yeah, I need a
You over
shotgun,
here don't carry guns.
double barrel shotgun, and
I
a
would-
sniper rifle in my backpack. There we go.
I would prefer just to carry like a Bowie knife for protection. That's fine
Yeah,
with
because
me.
a knife is going to work out real well when someone pulls a gun on you, Kat.
I've got
No,
pepper
I
spray
carry-
in my backpack.
Do you know what I carry 24/7?
Booze.
My fists. Anybody starts on me, I punch them in the face, and that's it.
Yeah,
I used to-
punch,
If
punch
they can't
a
take
bullet,
it,
OJ.
if they can't take it, they punch me back. You know, and nobody dies. But
People
that's the
die
point.
from fist fights all the time.
Not all the time.
Have you ever seen
All the
Rocky?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. I gotta
Anyone-
go here.
Anyone falls incorrectly, they're gone. They hit their head on the ground, they're dead.
That's if they fall and hit the head wrongly. Okay, you punch somebody
Yeah,
so they don't fall over.
Happens all the time.
You give somebody a jab to the side of the head just so they know that you're not messing around, and that's it.
That's where your temples are, OJ.
Yeah, you punch him
You
in the
hit the
temple.
temples, you're done.
No, you don't. I punched my brother in the temples like 4 or 5 times. No problem.
I found out why he fucking works at a McDonald's now.
I need to go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us this podcast. OJ and Kat, you're welcome back anytime. Just
I'll be
give,
back.
Except tomorrow.
give us the ringer. But
We'll be back.
this has been the Halloween special 2-hour edition. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boo.